All the way back in 2014, I made a video called 8 Things Console Gamers Are Wrong About, in which I attempted to debunk some of the perceived barriers of entry to PC gaming, persuade people to give it a go, and make fun of console gamers for being filthy peasants at every available opportunity. Okay, fair enough, it was mainly that last one. 2014 was a simpler time, you know. Innocent, sweet Minecraft was still the most popular game in the world, and Fortnite was simply another way of saying 2 weeks. But all was not well. Something was missing. You see, I didn't build my first gaming PC until I was 17, which means almost all of my most cherished childhood gaming memories were on some form of console. Mario Kart on my sleek new DS Lite, Super Mario Galaxy and Red Steel on the Wii, and most beloved of all, the Xbox 360 days. Running home from school to squeeze in an extra game of COD before dinner, screaming with frustration as I got downed on Wave 48 of Gears 2 Horde for the 20th time in a row. Discovering the Battlefield series, first with Bad Company 2, and then with Battlefield 3. And then there was Halo. I've enjoyed every Halo game I've touched, and experienced Halo 1 for the first time way back in primary school. But Halo 3 above all has a very special place in my heart. I was never even particularly good at the game, but something about the story, the setting, the soundtrack, the mechanics, and the hilarious custom games created a perfect storm for the greatest gaming experience of all time. Now I'm sure you all know where this is heading. Not 2 months after I made that video, and despite my disdain for the overpriced, underpowered VCR Box 1, I found myself uploading another video. I had done the unthinkable. I had caved to the Master Chief shaped hole in my otherwise perfect realm of high frame rates and better graphics. So, with the next generation of consoles around the corner, and with nearly 6 years of Xbox One ownership to look back on, how does my impulse buy hold up? Did I ruin my PC Master Race credentials for nothing? Or was it worth it in the end? Much as I hate to admit it, the answer is a resounding no. In 6 years, I'd estimate that I've logged less than 300 hours playtime on my Xbox, and perhaps even more embarrassing, I've only ever played a handful of games on it. Destiny, which came free with my console, was a lot more fun than I expected, and an experience I wouldn't have had otherwise. It wasn't mind-blowing, and it definitely had its problems, but it was a decent enough appetizer to tide me over whilst I waited for the main event, Halo, the Master Chief Collection. Surely this couldn't fail to deliver. Surely I'd be rewarded for my blind faith. Wrong again. The MCC release was nothing short of catastrophic. We're talking worse than Battlefield 4, approaching Battlefront 2 levels of terrible here. The matchmaking problems were among the worst of any launch I've seen. First, you couldn't find any matches at all, then you were kicked halfway through, then you could actually finally play, but you were disconnected from your friends. Sure, the campaign modes worked fine, and for the most part lived up to expectations, although it has to be said that Halo 3, my personal favourite, was the least impressive to play on a next-gen console, owing to the fact that it didn't get a proper remaster. Even later on down the line, when the issues were mostly fixed, the player numbers weren't what they should have been, and many of the friends I'd been excited to play with had been put off by the bad press around the game. All of this resulted in me spending most of 2015 on my PC rather than my pleb box, until the release of Halo 5. The multiplayer was average at best, but the campaign was a lot of fun, and I remember having a good laugh streaming myself sweating through Legendary mode on Twitch. But again, the longevity just wasn't there. Since then, I've dusted off the old boy a handful of times, but when all is said and done, I just haven't got the use out of it that I would have hoped. As I record this video, my Xbox One is packed up underneath my bed, where it's been for many months, and I really doubt it will ever see the light of day again. If only I'd known that Halo and Gears of War would eventually come to PC, with proper keyboard and mouse support and all the other benefits that come along with PC gaming. If only I'd known I'd be able to get both of those games on Game Pass at a killer price, along with a whole host of other great titles. More to come on that soon, by the way. With that wonderful 2020 hindsight, I could have saved myself a £350 paperweight and a whole lot of ribbing from my Master Race homies. So here ends this rambling tale of poor impulse control and entitled moaning. But if there's a moral to the story here, folks, it's this. Be wary of those that will prey on your nostalgia for a bygone golden age of console gaming. With crossplay becoming more and more prevalent and Microsoft truly embracing the PC market, console exclusivity isn't the same headache it was 6 years ago, but you can never be too careful. Just remember, kids, think, what would Raptor do? And then don't do that. Thanks for watching, and if anyone's interested in a barely used original Xbox One, mint condition, hit me up in the comments down below. I'll see you on the next one.